Congresswoman Nancy Mace with us on set. Nice to see you, ma'am, as always. Thank you. You were supposed to brief yesterday by the Secret Service.
Correct.
You were supposed to be briefed today by the Secret Service. I hate asking this question because I think it breeds things we shouldn't want to think about. Are they covering something up?
Well, we don't know yet because they haven't briefed us. And on Monday, we're supposed to have a public hearing with the director of the Secret Service. If she does not show up, I hope that we will subpoena her and force her hand and make her show up, because they've delayed now for 2 days. The Homeland Security has taken over now and are speaking on behalf of the Secret Service. And the Oversight Committee has jurisdiction of the Secret Service. She should show up, answer our questions in a private briefing before we have a public hearing, because we have more questions we have answers at this point today.
And there's an important distinction, right? Because the Secret Service is an agency which is supposed to be nonpartisan, led by a nonpartisan director. That's different than Homeland Security, which is inherently led by a presidential appointee, therefore partisan. The director has not spoken to you yet. She has spoken to Pierre Thomas of ABC. Take a listen.
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, you know, there's a safety factor that would be considered there, that we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a sloped roof.
And that was her explanation for not posting either an agent or somebody from the local police on top of the sloped roof. Never mind that the counter sniper team that ended up shooting and killing the gunman was on a sloped roof. I'm still trying to figure out why there isn't a little bit more, why this is not being treated with a little bit more gravitas and urgency by the leadership of the Secret Service.
Right, and also it's how did he get on the roof? I heard today that there was a ladder involved. How did no one see this? We've seen in the man on the street interviews where people were notifying the law enforcement, hey, there's a guy with a gun, and no one did anything. We found out yesterday that that building wasn't even swept. No one swept the building, and yet it was a staging location for some of the law enforcement officers who were on site.
It's interesting, we're learning more from the reporting there, from Brian Inton's reporting, than we are from the Secret Service. There's a lot of anger, I think, in this room about what happened. And I was in the elevator last night at one of the hotels with Secret Service agents coming off duty. And I looked at him, I said, thanks for being here. You guys are doing a great job. And his face just dropped. And you could just see the emotion after being away from their families for months, in the hot weather, the campaign tempo, which is hard on them. And now this, I think, has crushed a lot of them. How do we separate valid criticism from the Secret Service director and the agency from the line agents?
Well, it's all about really facts and not fiction, getting all the facts, not speculating. And we won't know all of the facts until the director comes in and answers our questions. That's step number one. Number two, our local law enforcement, federal law enforcement officers, as you say, they take weeks and months away from families during the course of their career in any given year. They're putting their lives on their line every single day. We should not be attacking those individuals who are on the front lines right now. This is a leadership failure. It's a massive agency failure. We're going to get to the bottom of it on oversight if she ever shows up.
Well, interestingly enough, it seems like President Biden doesn't really think she needs to show up. Here he is with Lester Holt. Take a listen.
Do you have confidence in the Secret Service? Do you feel safe?
I feel safe with the Secret Service, but look, and you saw what we did see was the Secret Service who responded, risked their lives in responding.
And Lester Holt went on to ask, do you have confidence in the director? And President Biden responded, yes, I have confidence in him. Never mind, it's a she.
Right.
What does that tell you?
Well, he's out on left field. I mean, he's not conscious. He does not know what's going on. It's very clear. I don't even know if he knows he's president right now. I have
come on.
I'm serious.
Come on.
I'm dead serious. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who he is or where he is. That's a fact.
Exactly the look. There is valid criticisms, especially
he's picking between ice cream and applesauce. I mean, let's be real. I mean, this guy is not all there.
Hold on, just help me out here. Go with me for a second. After Saturday, though, isn't this the whole point of lowering the temperature? Attack that he couldn't remember whether the Secret Service's director was a man or a woman. Attack those issues. But once you start saying the president doesn't know the difference between ice cream and applesauce, that's not lowering the temperature.
He works a few hours a day. I don't have confidence in him as a leader of our country to ensure the safety of Donald Trump. I just don't.
Okay, that's a different point.
An attempted assassination on Saturday night. How did this happen? How does Bobby Kennedy Jr. not have Secret Service detail after asking for it? And so it's just, we want to make sure that everyone running for president, Joe Biden included, that they are protected to the fullest extent that we can.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find Newsnation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of Newsnation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.